Good morning. I'm Emily Schromm. I'm a CrossFit coach, nutritional therapy practitioner, and personal trainer. And I'm just trying to make some superheroes in this world, making you stronger, getting you fitter, teaching you about food. I decided I'm going to start my intros off with what I ate, my last meal that I ate, because I think that's the biggest thing I see with people is they're like so overwhelmed by what to eat. And I think it, eventually gets a lot easier, but I can always give you guys more ideas. So I'm going to tell you what I have for breakfast. So I'm having this is kind of my like on-the-go go-to. This is a WBK Ona bar, peanut ginger. Peanuts aren't technically paleo, but I love them. I don't react to them some people react to them. I'm gonna have 2 boiled eggs, and then I'm having this new kind of dairy-free keto OS, which are exogenous ketones. So it's basically ketones that are really great for your body as a fuel source. I'm eating this for breakfast, but I'm doing it on the go because I'm teaching a class today. You guys might hear them warm up. I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna have them teach you some favorite moves for warming up. So since I'm on the go, I will be taking this with an HCl capsule, and that's a lot about what today's Ask Em is about. It's about supplementation, what's right for you, what's not right for you, how do you know, and then also some warm-up moves with my class that's in there. So welcome to Ask Em. Enjoy. Okay, so on my superhero challenge, we just did a video on supplementation, and it's such an overwhelming word. Like if you guys go to GNC or a vitamin shop or even Whole Foods, there's thousands and thousands of little bottles of things saying they will do this XYZ. And I do think that some of them have truth to it, but I think it can be really easy to get overwhelmed and sucked into, and especially supplements or like meal replacement products, I'm just not an advocate for, because the goal of you and your weight loss journey to keep it sustainable is to learn how to use food as a fuel source. And although smoothies and shakes and those kind of things can be great timed appropriately, whether that's post-workout or if you're too busy to eat breakfast, those are all fine. When you get stuck on that and that's all you have, especially if it's like on a diet protocol, then when you don't have that, a lot of times we kind of go the opposite way. We tend to gain our weight back, or we tend to get overwhelmed by the world of food. And so my goal is just to teach you about food and how real food can give you the nutrition you need to feel your best, but also get the results you want. So then I was talking to my challengers, and all of them wanted me to do an Ask Em, which I totally get because there's so much out there. So hopefully I can answer some questions. One of my first things, I'm just like burning up in the sun, which is wonderful. I'm glad it's not snowing in Denver today, because it was snowing like 4 days ago. But the first thing I want to talk about is vitamin D. I think everyone, and especially if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, especially during the winter, you need to take some sort of vitamin D capsule. D3 is the best type. So we really want to find, this one is 2,500 IU, which is totally acceptable. There's lots of different multivitamins that have like 1,000 in it. I kind of like just the D3 capsule, and I take it in the morning, especially if you work in an office. If you're inside all day, I talk about this a lot with my corporate wellness programs. If you're inside all day, you don't get the sunshine, and it messes up our circadian rhythms. So people that take D3, vitamin D3, are more likely to have a stronger immune system. They are less depressed, and they sleep better. So it's kind of a win-win. If I'm outside all day, or if I'm on the beach, or if I have a lot of skin exposure, I don't worry about taking it. It's not something I have to take all the time, but especially if you are inside quite a bit, put it on your list. Okay, next up, I have 2 things that I wanted to talk about. Food allergies are so common, like food sensitivities. So an allergy or sensitivity causes some sort of histamine response in our body. If we have a histamine response, meaning like a reaction to the food we're eating, we raise cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and our body's trying to fight it, right? So not only does that cause adrenal issues, which is why digestive health is so important for adrenal health, it can cause gut issues. And so gut permeability is when your gut is bloated, distended, our immune system's compromised. We kind of have this like brain fog because our gut is connected to our brain. So one easy thing is make sure you're digesting food appropriately. And although I talk about this in depth in my gut challenge, I do really love what I just talked about since I'm on the go is HCl. And you can take HCl, I test for it first before I just say take it, but if you have a lot of burping or belching, or you feel like you don't digest protein very well, I feel like a lot of vegetarians go vegetarian because they say I can't digest meat. And it's not because their bodies like specifically can't digest meat, it's that they're deficient in HCl. And a lot of us are because we're so deficient in zinc, our minerals are depleted in our soil. We need zinc to create HCl, so if we're deficient in zinc, it's just like this big circle. So a lot of my clients take HCl, especially just to start off, to start digesting. You can do apple cider vinegar, but it's never strong enough. So I've always seen, like one of these capsules is like 700 milligrams of betaine plus, HCl plus pepsin, and then sometimes digestive enzymes. So I use Enzymix Pro, which is on my website, but you're just looking for ones that have lactase in case you're a little dairy intolerant, if you have some dairy, lipase to help digest fat, and then also amylase to help you digest carbohydrates, especially if you're on the go. And one capsule, I open it up with a little water and swallow. So those can help because you can't heal the gut. You can have as much bone broth as you want. You could eat, take as much Repairvite as you want, which is a glutamine supplement. But until you fix the issue, until we figure out what is happening above the issue, so we have small intestine and then stomach, so these are for the stomach, it won't heal. So I take, if I'm doing bone broth, I definitely do this with this, or if I'm doing Repairvite, I definitely take it with this. Okay, moving on. Other supplements that I love, so I love magnesium. I think magnesium can be really easy to be deficient in. I think all of us have some sort of degree of magnesium deficiency because of the soil thing I talked about. So especially if you're taking out foods that were or are fortified or kind of added in magnesium and chromium. That was one thing when I took out bread, I was craving chocolate, and I never had craved chocolate before, and I realized it was this magnesium chromium deficiency. And so by supplementing, I actually supplemented with a magnesium supplement, but also like cocoa powder, like 100% cocoa powder is packed with magnesium and chromium. So there's other ways to get it through food. It's just harder when you're looking at like, grain-free options because my life is so much better without grains. But if you take magnesium, take it at night, and it helps you relax, and it's amazing, and you'll sleep so well. Okay, and then the last one I wanted to talk about, and please ask me questions on any specific supplements that you have, is vitamin C. And I have learned this fun fact recently from my friend Michael. Vitamin C is fantastic for adrenal health. And so if you have some adrenal issues, whether that's hyper or hypocortisol, vitamin C is like the first kind of go-to in my supplements. You can get it through, of course, the emergency, but they're not as easily absorbed. So liposomal vitamin C is the best. It's a little more expensive, but a little goes a long way. The thing that I want you to avoid is doing this around a workout. So the goal with working out, exercise training and resistance training is so powerful because it can actually help with insulin resistance, which a lot of us are. So insulin resistance means we basically can't lose weight. Our body is stubborn and holding on to weight. So a lot of times it's just about getting insulin sensitive, getting our cells to respond to this insulin response. So if we have vitamin C, it is powerful because it gets rid of free radicals. But on the other hand, if we take too much vitamin C around our workout, we don't have this reactive oxygen, like basically the ROS, the way our body has to adapt to respond, we lessen that adaptation. And so we're losing the benefits of exercising to create a body that's more adaptable to insulin if we have vitamin C too close around our workouts. So try to avoid it pre-post workout, especially post workout. Even like an hour before, an hour after is fine, but you really want to give your body time to respond and adapt because it's a stressful thing. When we work out, it's stressful in our body, and then our body adapts, and that's why we get so many great benefits from it. Hopefully this helped answer some questions. We're going to go inside and talk to my clients. They're going to give you Each of them are gonna, well, if they want, I don't know if they want, they're gonna give them, give one of their favorite warm-up moves, okay? Cool. Okay, so this is my 9 a.m. on Friday. They're my awesome volunteers. I feel like they're in my little class today. So they're gonna each pick a move that they love, whether it's a mobility move or a warm-up move, so you guys can get some good ideas for warming up. And this is usually what I put them through anyway. So I'm gonna start with Michael. Michael, what do you love to do?
I love to do inchworms.
Oh, perfect. Okay, everyone hop up. Let's do inchworms. So we'll do 5. Actually, we'll do 3. Well, there's a lot of you. So touch your toes, hamstring stretch, and then you walk your way out to a push-up position. 1 push-up, and then back all the way to your feet. Get a good hamstring stretch, and then reach up. Good. Cool. Jody. We'll just do 1. I changed it. Do you like that? 5 to 3 to 1. Jody.
I like the pigeon.
The pigeon. Okay, do you want to do it on the box or on the ground?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, we'll do it on the ground. So we're all here. Okay, so pigeon I also love. Steph, you could do it on the box. How about that? So when you pull pigeon in, you want to keep your hips turned towards the ground. Keep your toe up. If you want a better stretch, you can always rotate towards above the knee this way. And you hold. Oh, it's so good to stretch your glutes, especially if you're doing lunges or squats. This feels good. Are you guys sore here?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, good. Judy, what do you like?
Cat.
Oh yeah, cat cow. So this is a great one because a lot of us forget how to move our shoulder blades so that scaption movement, so just tabletop position, core tucked. And instead of yoga where you're like really arching your back, just think of upper back movement. So you're sinking your shoulder blades down, trying to touch them, and then pushing up as hard as you can and high as you can. And I do this 10 times. This is really good to just get that movement, especially if you're gonna do a lot of upper back movements. Beautiful. Steph?
I would do that pigeon.
That's perfect, cool. How about you guys do pigeon on the other leg? So this one, come on over, Blake. I actually prefer pigeon on the box versus pigeon on the ground because it's easier to get into and it's a better of stretch. Don't you feel like it's better of a stretch? So any box that you would like. So short, you know, this is a pretty tall box, but it's, let's see, I don't know, like mid-thigh, a countertop or a table that's mid-thigh, and you're just pulling your leg up and trying to like lean over as much as you can. You can reach your back leg back, and it's a really good glute stretch for you. That's a good one. That's my favorite. Jackie Joe. Oh, let's do that. Everyone grab an ab mat. So couch stretch is like my first go-to. Follow Jackie Joe, so she's gonna put her knee on the ground, take a big step with this leg, rotate up, and especially before a workout, hips forward, butt squeezed, and about 30 seconds on each side, just really engaging glutes and keeping your core tight. So you can also start down here if you want and push that knee out and then eventually get to here. But the most important thing is getting your hips forward. I see a lot of times hips are back, which could stretch quads, but we really want to stretch quads and hip flexors. How's this feel for you guys? It's tight. Always. Oh, what are you doing? Don't be camera shy. Are you worried you're going to cramp?
I did.
Oh, no. Go ahead, switch legs. Just a funny story. So, you know, Jody's family, like, tends to cramp a little bit. So I was showing them a move. I'm like, you guys might cramp on this, but I'll try it anyway. And I got the biggest Charlie horse. I've never cramped, and it was like, I know. She's like, okay, we have one more. Cody, do you have a good move that you like?
You know, me and the superheroes, so I did the Spider-Man.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so this is a moving, yeah, how about we do that? This is a moving couch stretch. You guys stay where you are. Yeah, stay there. That's a good stretch for all you quad dominant people. So moving couch stretch is this big reach out with this leg, and then I like to bear crawl into the next one, so I get a little shoulder warm up. Oh, that feels so good. I'm so sore. Yay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go teach my class now. So enjoy those warm-up moves. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, bye, see you next week.